Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director here at Lackawanna College. We're talking to our Lackawanna College Athlete of the Week from Lackawanna College Women's Volleyball, Ellania Morales, joining us here on the program. Ellania, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in. I know you got a couple classes going on today, but you managed to fit us in here, and I know it's in season, so you guys are certainly busy. But one last week because you kind of had to step up in terms of roles with some injuries and whatnot, and
Right.
Falcons were able to go 2-1 last week. How do you feel you guys were able to play last week?
Well, I think first of all, going into the week, we had a higher intensity brought into the gym. I think our intentions going into the week were really good, and we saw it in like the first two practices for sure. And then just going into the week, we had our practices filmed, and then going into the game we had versus Union College, I think we went in with, I think that game taught us a little bit about like energy and like what other teams bring and what we can do in our practices to bring into games and like bring up our energy.
Right.
That team definitely showed us like what potential we can have for energy. So that was great going into the weekend when we played Raritan Valley and Monroe. Yeah. Last week was definitely a different intensity.
So when you say energy, are you talking about just how Union, whether they got high or low, they still had the same kind of like cheering for each other? That kind
absolutely, and composure as well. Like they kept themselves so composed, yet holding each other so highly, and that really showed in their energy and being able to have such a high level of energy. So that's something Coach really shared with us when we were taking our timeouts, or when they'd take a timeout. She would just bring those things up to us, and I think when we would go back out there, that was a big reminder for us, individually, and then as a team, just reminding each other to like hold each other accountable on that, and for ourselves.
Right. With Caitlin on the shelf, at least for part of last week, you kind of had to step into more of like the prominent setter role. I always wonder this, how do you kind of keep track of who's where, decide who to pass to, decide who to try to set up? Is that something you're consciously thinking about, or are you looking at the defense? How do you kind of set that up as a setter?
Right. So last week we didn't have Caitlin for Union College, but she was able to step in for our try match on Saturday.
Right.
Going into this past week though, we practiced a little bit of like reading the blockers on the other side of the court in practice, and then making the decision either to look at blockers or to look at our hitters on our side, to see like who's an option, listening on who's an option, who's like verbalizing they're ready, or just like seeing what we have like on the court as a setter. We practiced a lot of that, and that was definitely in my intentions and goals this past week, and definitely bringing that into this week as I was able to step into a little bit of a bigger role that Caitlin wasn't there. That definitely taught me about the things I should keep more in mind. When it comes to making good decisions as a setter and running our offense, like making the decisions in who to run in our offense.
Is there a moment in the offense where you feel like, is there something that happens, or is it just like a certain sequence where you feel like, okay, we really have this thing humming? Because it feels like there's moments where you guys are, receive, set, kill, receive, like that, that there's real kind of flow to that. Is there anything that kind of happens that makes that go, or? I
think depending on the pass, it gives our blockers the opportunity to pull off quicker, or just in the right places where it's like natural, like it feels like practice. To run certain plays, and it goes so easily. Sometimes it's based on the pass and then the transition of the hitters. I think that's the big thing, and then our communication between that and between points too. It's like keeping that connection, that glue, steady.
Yes. Yeah.
So that we're able to keep that going consistently throughout a game, throughout a set,
Right.
all of that. And then if it's not where we want it to be in one set or like a couple of these points, making that connection with the hitters and communicating like what I need to do as a setter for them to be able to succeed.
Right.
I think that's the big thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Ellania had 19 assists in the win over Union, had a couple aces in that one as well, had 22 assists against Raritan, even had 11 in the loss to Monroe. Ellania, where are you from originally?
I'm from Wharton, New Jersey.
Okay, so where's Wharton in New Jersey?
It's North Jersey in Morris County.
Okay, all right. How did you end up here at Lackawanna College?
So I was planning on going to community college in North Jersey, and then my club coach, one of my club coaches at Garden State Elite Volleyball Club, reached out to me. He texted me. He was like, "Hey, I think you have more potential than this community college you're going to go to. Reach out to this school," or kind of just like try and get connected with the coach.
Right.
And I had a call with Coach Shelby, and I really felt a deep intention with our phone call, and I took a tour here. I felt like I was going to be very successful academically and athletically, and I got to see the team. Like I got to meet some of the team players for lunch.
Yeah.
And the way they got along with each other and laughed and just had a very fun time during lunch, really put something. No, let me find the words.
Right.
It meant a lot to me and what I was kind of looking for with playing in college.
Right.
So that was definitely a big reason why I came here.
You felt a connection, right?
I felt a connection.
That something was there that you could tap into, right?
Yeah, the culture and kind of the way Coach spoke and the way the team connected with me. It was very cool.
Was playing in this gym at all a selling point for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the high ceilings are really nice, and yeah, I really liked the feeling of this court. It's not like a lot of like other gyms that I've seen before, so it definitely has its special touch to it.
Right.
And getting to practice in here every day and make a lot of memories, like that's also a big thing. It's awesome. It's incredible, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to play here.
What are you studying here at Lackawanna?
I'm studying sports management.
Okay, we were just talking about your sports management class, that you enjoy that. So you said you obviously hadn't really had a class like that before. What is it that you guys are talking about in sports management that you're interested in?
Yeah, so we're talking about like the different roles and the chains of like going from like higher to lower positions, talking about authority, like, and strategies for making a plan or a mission for kind of for any kind of like brand you want to create or
Right, and that's not even just like, obviously it's sports focused, but that's something you can take from sports to just about anything.
For sure,
right?
Yeah, like just anything about like team planning and working together to together to fulfill a mission.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's the big thing that I'm getting from my professor.
What do you want to do with a sports management degree?
Either become a coach, or I was looking at facility managers for colleges maybe.
Okay.
But I think those are the big things right now. Definitely giving back to the volleyball community at some point.
Yeah,
that's what I'd love
staying
to do.
involved, right?
Yeah.
In some way, whether it's playing or coaching or even scheduling the volleyball matches in the facilities, right? There's something about working in athletics that obviously speaks to you, right?
Yeah, it's the relationships thing, like being able to be a part of a team and being you to the fullest, so that you're able to help others, but also like help others by being yourself.
Right.
And also learning all the time about the people around you and from the people around you.
Right. We're talking to Ellania Morales here on Falcons Corner as our Athlete of the Week. Ellania, when you're not worried about your studies, not worried about volleyball, what is it you like to do in your free time?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so in the mornings I eat a everything bagel with avocado mash every day, and then I like to watch movies on my iPad.
Okay. What are we watching?
I watched Coco the other day, Sylvie's Love. The Summer I Turned Pretty was a big one, and then it stopped.
What'd you think? What'd you think of the finale there? That was a big deal a couple weeks ago.
It was. It was a great finish to the show, and I heard there's a movie coming out.
I know. I heard there was a movie about it. I saw the finale. It was okay. I was like, all right. It felt like they were setting stuff up for the movie.
Yeah, you know? I agree. But I really liked the songs they chose in the movie, not the movie, the show.
They did the music very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Very cool. So very, very eclectic kind of grouping of movies, things like that you like to watch.
Yeah. Also here, compared to home, it's, I don't know, like I think I'm still learning about like all the different activities there are to do here, or things in my free time to do with the free time I have right now. I like to go to the farmer's market. It's on Thursdays, and I met this lady, her name is Michelle, and she knows Coach Shelby.
Yeah.
But I like getting flowers there.
Okay.
And there's a farmer's market close to the football stadium. And I didn't have my car here until like last week, but I would walk there, and it was like a 30-minute walk, but it was great. I would get apples and nectarines.
Okay, all right. So you're exploring the city too.
Yeah. Walking is like my favorite thing to do because it lets me like not be stuck in my room. Yeah. Because a goal of mine is to hopefully make friends, new friends or new people. But I also like walking around, like in my free time, and if I want alone time, going to the farmers markets, or just like searching on Instagram like things to do in Scranton, and like seeing the different things there are, and on the weekends, whatever. Right.
Yeah. Are New Jersey people as sticklers about their bagels as New York people? Like, are you struggling to find an everything bagel here that you like, or have you kind of found your niche yet?
So Coach Shelby, for our past 2 try matches that have been here, she has bagels for us. Okay. The bagels she gets are really good. Okay. And there's a place in New Jersey that I really like. So whenever I go home, it's nice to get those bagels.
Did you get a bunch and bring them back?
No, but I actually brought like apple cider donuts from home to here this past on Sunday. Yeah. And I ate them so quick. And I got apple cider too. It's nice. Okay.
Well, nice. We do have some apple cider products in and around the area.
I saw at the farmer's market there was, and I tried apple cider donuts here, and I was like, they're not the same as compared to home, but I think it's just a preference thing.
It is. Yeah. It absolutely is. Yeah. So let's switching back to volleyball just for a second before we let you go. A couple big matches coming up this weekend. You guys were filming this on Tuesday before you guys take on Hartford tomorrow. What are kind of your goals that you, for yourself and for your team, you think as we hit kind of the second half, the last kind of sprint here to the end of the regular season?
I think our goals are honestly to just continue focusing on improving our intensity in practice, so that when we see the more intense teams and higher competition teams, that we're ready in the postseason to give it all we have, and to give everything that we want to give in practice to those competitive teams, and that we've been working on being okay with like the hard, the challenges, the uncomfortable in practice, that we're able to overcome those things in games and in the postseason when we start to see those top teams.
Right. Well, Ellania, we appreciate your time. Congrats on winning Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Hopefully we get to talk to you guys more as we get to the end of the season. We have a lot of wins and big accomplishments to talk about.
Yes.
For sure. Ellania Morales joining us here on Falcons Corner, our Athlete of the Week. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. This is Falcons Corner. Take flight.